closed beta wipe and the disadvantage players might be put at after the open beta starts. There's a lot of discussion on the forums at the moment about disadvantages people might be put at after the open beta begins, especially seeing as Blizzard is not going to do another wipe after this one coming. Stay tuned while we discuss what those disadvantages might be. Hey there guys, I'm going to make a quick succinct point about the impact people think the open beta is going to have without another wipe for those who are in the closed beta. There is a pretty lengthy, now to 31-page discussion on the forums by people concerned that closed beta participants will have an overwhelming advantage over other players joining the game once the open beta commences if another data wipe doesn't happen. The point is this: there are two aspects to this that people have pointed out. The first one is a knowledge advantage and the other one is a card advantage. So let's take a look at the first one. The knowledge advantage side of it is a moot point because no amount of beta wiping is going to remove that knowledge advantage, and in my opinion it's not that big an advantage anyway, because people will gain knowledge as they play the game. As they get ranked higher, they play harder games against harder opponents, they learn more, they win more, they rank up more, and so on. It's going to happen, and any player who joins the open beta is not going to be thrust into Masters League to play the guys who have the most experience and knowledge right off the bat. They will be given the opportunity to learn more about the game, win games as well, and in so doing get more gold and so on. The other argument though, the card advantage. Now, this becomes interesting because let's just think about it logically. If card advantage is that big a deal, then that means that Hearthstone is a pay-to-win game. Now, there are many arguments you can make for or against that line of reasoning, because think about it this way: if the fact that I have more cards than you puts me at a massive advantage, then I could pay my way to win games. In other words, I could just buy a ton of card packs, have more cards than anybody else in the entire game, have all the cards in the entire game potentially, and I'll win everything that I ever play. This is not the case. If you look at a number of streams out there, there are, for example, Force Gaming on YouTube looked at a basic deck, a Warlock basic deck consisting of only basic cards that you can get through leveling heroes. It costs no money to get these cards, and that deck is quite powerful. It came up against a couple of other decks that had rares and epics and legendaries in them, and it still won. It didn't win every game, but neither did those guys with their rares, epics and legendaries in their decks win every game. I've seen other games with players who do have a large collection of legendaries and rares, and even Total Biscuit, the cynical Brit, built a legendary deck with 16 legendaries in it, and he didn't win every game he played. He played 3 and lost 1, but to be fair, he won his 2 games out of sheer blind luck and some bad play by his other opponents, and he played in unranked mode, so he got the less experienced and not as good players as he would have if he played in ranked mode. So in fairness, his legendary deck wasn't all that powerful, and those kind of point me to the fact this isn't a pay-to-win game. But let's assume that it is. That card advantage is a massive thing, therefore it's a pay-to-win game. Because if I can spend thousands of dollars or euros on buying card packs, and card advantage was enormous, I've just paid my way to win. So if that's the case, then everybody's at a disadvantage if anybody comes into the game and can spend huge amounts of money buying all the cards. What's the point in the rest of us playing who can't afford to spend that kind of money? Why should we bother? Why would it be fun for us to play a game if the rich people will, be always dominating? And that's a simple argument. If it's a pay-to-win game, There is no card advantage that can't be overcome by spending money. And if you can't overcome that by spending money, somebody else will. Whether they are in the closed beta, only started in the open beta, only start a year or two from now, they can come in and just buy their way to victory no matter what. It mitigates any card advantage that closed beta players might have. Now, to put it in perspective, I'm not against another wipe. I don't particularly mind if Blizzard do it. I don't think this is a pay-to-win game. I don't particularly think I have any great advantage when it comes to that. People argue about the fact that you can accrue gold and arcane dust, and which allows you to create more cards. Sure, but so does money. Again, card advantage means that it's a pay-to-win game, and anybody with a large amount of money is going to have a massive advantage and put the rest of us at a massive disadvantage if it is a pay-to-win game. So where's the card advantage? If I wanted to spend the money, I could have a massive card advantage over everybody no matter when I start playing the game. Again, it's what's the point? If people can win by paying for all the cards, what's the point of playing the game? Where's the fun if you keep getting obliterated by the rich people? That's just how it goes. And that's the basic argument that comes out of this. I had produced other videos with long rambling discussions about this and that, but it all boils down to that. If you think a card advantage is going to happen for the closed beta players because they could get a couple of additional packs and create a couple of additional cards for the arcane dust and gold, then it's pay to win, and anybody who can spend the money will win every game. Why bother? But I don't think Blizzard's stupid enough to create a game like that, and that's why there is going to be a wipe with a lot of balancing happening. So let's give Blizzard the benefit of the doubt to some degree here. I'm very interested to see what they do. As it stands, I don't think it's that big a deal. And if anybody disagrees, feel free to comment down below. I will answer my comments. I do read them all. So I'm going to read them all. I know this is a brand new channel. And if you do want some future content, I'm going to be producing more content about the arena and different card decks and so on. You feel free to subscribe somewhere up there. They keep moving that damn button. Yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thanks so much.